Welcome everyone, this is Mondandagavan. This video we are going to understand modifiers at constructor level. In access modifiers, public, protected, default, private, all these four will be applicable at the constructor level, whereas all the non-access modifiers will not be applicable for the constructor level. So we are going to discuss public, protected, default, private at the constructor level. The description for these keywords will remain same like class and methods for the constructor as well. To understand more, we will go with the code snippet. Here you can see package 1 and package 2. In package 1, we have the parent class and we will have the constructor with the same name parent, and we will not have any return types which satisfies the rules of the constructor. Then we will be having the public as access modifier for the parent class constructor. And driver file will be the file where you will be creating the instances to call the constructor function of the any given class. In package 2, we are having the child class, which will be extending the parent class so that we can check the accessibility from the other package as well. To check the accessibility from the other package, you will be having the driver file from the other package. So here we can be creating any kind of instances for the given class, and we can check the access level of the constructor function. First, we will start with public constructor. So that means that this constructor will be available for anyone from any location. So which means that indirectly we are allowed to create the object for the given class. In example, we will be creating the parent class object, which means that indirectly we are calling the parent class constructor from anywhere from the any package. So in simple, you can tell you are creating the object or you are calling the constructor function. Both will be in the same manner. For example, since it's a public access modifier, so you can create the object for the parent class from the same package as well as outside the package. In driver file, inside the same package, you can create the object for the parent class. Indirectly, you are calling the constructor function. We are fine. The same way for the other package. So as of now, I will just comment it out for the child class. You are creating the parent class object. But this time we are creating we are calling the constructor function from the other side package or other package. Yes, in both the ways, we are able to access the parent class constructor from the outside package and inside package. Okay, the next scenario will be like you are just going to change it to protected. As the description says, protected means you can access that element or let's say the method from the same package, but outside the package, if it is the subclass, you can access. Otherwise, you cannot access. For example, we will confirm the first point, driver file, again run it. So we are just able to access the parent class constructor from the same package. But if it is outside the package, if it is a subclass, we are allowed. If it is not, we are not allowed. Just to demonstrate here. So here you can see we are outside the package and the parent class, it's not the subclass. It is actually the same parent class itself. So we are not allowed to create we are not allowed to call the constructor function of the parent class. So for that, we will comment it out and we will be going to the child class. If you see the child class, so which means that this is the child class as well as it will be residing outside the package. So we are satisfying both conditions. So we are able to call the child class constructor. But you might wonder, we are calling the child class constructor. If you go to the child class, you don't have any constructor. As we discussed in the previous video about the constructor, if you don't provide the child class constructor or any class constructor, the JVM or Java will provide the default no argument constructor for the given class. But however, if you are calling the child class constructor indirectly, the child class constructor will be calling the parent class constructor. Since we have defined the parent class constructor here and we have enough access level also, which means that we are the child class, we are outside the package. So we are able to access the parent class constructor. So with this, we are able to execute and we should be seeing the parent class constructor code. Yes, still we are able to see the parent class constructor. So which means that we are still able to access because of the child class and we are outside the package as well. Okay, fine. The next one we will be going to the default. Default in the sense we are not giving any access modifiers. The most of the time the constructor will be the default, because in case if you don't provide any constructor by yourself, the JVM will provide the constructor which will be at the default level. So which means that you can create or you can call the parent class constructor only inside the package. For example, go to the driver file, execute, there is no problem. We are able to create the parent class object or parent class constructor, we can call it. Fine. As you know, the default means only inside the package. If you are trying to call from outside the package, even first of all, you cannot call that or you cannot extend as well. Here you can see add constructor child. And moreover, here you can see. So parent class will not be allowed because we are outside the package. So we will be getting some suggestion, maybe change it to public, let it be protected. And child class, even if it is a child class, let's say if the constructor is default, so that means that you obviously you are indirectly telling you cannot create the object for the parent class outside the package. So which means that even you cannot extend, because even if you extend, that means that whenever the constructor is being called, you will be obviously calling the parent class constructor, which is not in our visible. Right. So that's the reason even you cannot extend that class. So it will be stopping there itself. So which means that whenever you have scenario like you don't want to create the object outside the package, even the constructor level of making the protected constructor, it will be having the same implementation. Okay, now we will go to the final one. Go to the parent and make it as private. So this will make sure that even you are inside the package also, you cannot create the object for the given class. So that means that only inside the parent class, you can create the object for the parent class, which means that you can create only inside your parent class. For example, let's say you create the main method here and create the object for that. Let's say new parent. Here you can see there is no errors, whereas if you see outside the class, you will be having the error. Obviously, if you have the class level, even you cannot go to the package level, because obviously you cannot create the object outside the package as well. But you might wonder, why do we need the private constructor? There are some scenarios, or if you know about the singleton pattern in Java, which means that you want to have a single object all the times for the given class. So that time you will be creating the private class constructors, means that you will create the object inside the class itself. Whoever wants to get that object, you will be sending through other user methods. So that's the reason the private constructor will be useful. But however, as per the description, the private constructor will be allowed to call only inside our class as per the description. So it's mostly same like our methods. So you can consider even it is an extension of the method. Whatever we have seen modifiers at the method level, it will be at the same level, but however interlinked with the class object creation. So by this, we have seen what are the different types of access modifiers we can apply at the constructor level. And we have seen what is the use of private constructor, which means that we can use the singleton pattern inside the Java. So this is all about the constructor and with the access modifiers. So thanks all, thanks for watching and have a great day.